Are you struggling with sleep deprivation? Well, I have 5 tips that I want to share with you that helped me through my struggle with sleep deprivation. You know, when you can't sleep, it can be frustrating at times, don't it? Yeah, I know the feelings because I've been there. But don't worry, I have something special for you. According to the 2024 global survey, nearly 4 in 10 people experience less than 3 nights of quality sleep per week. A 2019 global survey found that 67% of adults experience sleep disturbance at least once a night. Global survey found that 44% of adults say the quality of their sleep has worsened over the past 5 years. More than 1/3 adults sleep less than 7 hours per night, which is the recommended amount of sleep for adults. Up to 2/3 of adults occasionally experience insomnia symptoms, and women are 40% more likely to experience insomnia than men. Insufficient sleep is associated with increased risk of diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, and mortality. Getting a good night's sleep is one of the most important things you can do for your health. During the sleep, the body can rest and recover for a new day. Not getting enough sleep become a disorder can negatively impact your health, happiness, and longevity. Welcome to the Ivy Cancer Podcast, where we discuss cancer, health, lifestyle, and healing. And tonight it is no different. Hi, my name is Brian, and I have a dream to create a non-profit organization to support those who are diagnosed with breast cancer and can't afford medication. I've created this podcast since I lost my mom to cancer, and you can help me with my dream. I notice 70% of you who have revisited this channel have not yet subscribed. Please, your subscription will help this channel to grow. And my promise to you is to stick to my end of the bargain. And it will help scale the guests that I have on this podcast. Do we have a deal? Thank you. Now let's get to the episode. Are you having trouble falling asleep at night and you're waking up in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep? Well, this video is definitely for you. I'm going to share something with you that how it started with me, and then you probably can understand that I too was struggling. From 2020, I've been struggling so bad to sleep because I had so many things going on with me at once. Things are happening in my life that I won't disclose on this video. After visiting the doctor and expressing to the doctor what I was feeling, and I was going through so much things with the doctor, low mood, feeling not wanting to go to work, just want to be at home, stuff like that. The doctor diagnosed me with severe depression and anxiety and was giving me an option to choose whether I need prescription drugs or I wanted to do therapy. So I chose the therapy because with the prescription drugs, it can cause complication after reading those ingredients that was on it. And to be honest with you, prescription sometimes just only mask the symptoms. So I said, you know what? Let me try doing this therapy. But it turns out that the therapy was worse, because after my 6th session, the therapist said to me, they can't help me. I have to help myself because I am self-inflicting all these things on me. So I went further into depression, obviously. And it caused me to be more depressed than I ever had been in my whole entire life. And I didn't know what to do. So I left there disappointed and feeling low. And with my sleep, it affected my sleep, obviously, because of what I was facing. I was so obsessed with sleeping. I had a monitor on my wrist that monitor my sleeping pattern throughout the night. So when I would wake up into the morning, the first thing I would do, I would check my phone to see how much sleep, because obviously the phone is linked to my watch and everything record on my phone. So I would look on my watch to see how much hours sleep I would get, and it kept me so depressed. Like sometimes I would get 15 minutes deep sleep, and deep sleep is what repair our body, our tissue, and I used to feel so anxious. Sometimes I would get half an hour, sometimes I would get 2 hours. When I get 2 hours, I would joyful. That's how bad my sleep was. So it get to the point where I was speaking to one of my friends, and she's like, you know what, ditch the watch, because the watch would make you more depressed. And I was like, you know what, I'ma try it, and I ditched the watch. And to my surprise, the anxiety went. But I was still struggling with my sleeping issue. So I am going to lay out to you my first tip that helped me. And one of the first things I've done was identify what my problem was. And obviously my problem was what was happening within my circle. So I had to fix that part. And after fixing that part, I realized I feel more calm, I feel more subtle, so I start to adjust a little bit more, and obviously I ditched the watch. So you have to first recognize what is your issue, why you can't sleep. Just ask yourself, why am I not sleeping at night? Just ask yourself that. Why are you not sleeping at night? And try to figure out what it is, right? So that's tip number 1. Identify what it is that's affecting you. Tip number 2, creating a sleeping pattern. Creating a sleeping pattern helps your circadian rhythm. It helps to, set yourself up. What is your circadian rhythm? Your circadian rhythm is basically a body clock, right? It tells your body, like, listen, it is time to sleep, it is time to eat, it is time to exercise. Creating a pattern helps to optimize the human body. So I create a time to go to my bed at 9, and at 10 my phone literally go off on sleep mode, right? And speaking about phone, turn your light off and put away your phone, right? Just ditch the phone. And that's what I did. I turned my phone off. Well, not turn it off, but at 10 o'clock, it literally go on night mode. And when my phone go on night mode, it forced me to go to my bed because the screen go gray. And when the screen go gray, I can't see nothing and it hurt my eyes. So that is what helps also. With the screen and your light, it affects your melatonin, right? And your melatonin, we all know that your melatonin is your sleep hormone, right? And that helps you to fall asleep. As I said to you about the circadian rhythm, create a pattern. What the melatonin does is your eyes send signal to your retina, right? And your retina sends signal to your melatonin, which is your sleep hormone. Now, in the morning when you wake up, when the sun rises, your melatonin said to you, it is time to get up. When you turn your light off in the night, your melatonin is basically telling you to go to bed. And that is the reason why I put away my phone and I turn the light off. Like now, it is long day, short night. No, short night, long day. Where go? No, it is long night, short day. Right. So in the morning when I wake up, especially in the weekend, sometimes 6 o'clock outside is still dark. Sometimes 7 o'clock, still dark. Some people put a blind out curtain over the window so that they don't know when it is morning, right? That is your melatonin is chipping in, right? So again, the light, it affects your circadian rhythm and it mess up your body clock. So please, it helps, right? Even if you manage to fall asleep, right? So let's say you go to sleep at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Because it took so long to turn off the light, the blue light that affects your melatonin, right? It will wake you. You will wake up sometime in the morning, like say 2, 3 o'clock. Because for me, religiously, I woke up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Can't go back to sleep. Forced to go back to sleep. Sometime I fall asleep, like say 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and my body clock wake me up at 4:30 because religiously I wake up at 4:30 no matter what it is, no matter how late I go to my bed. I always wake up at 4:30 because my body is accustomed to waking up at 4:30 because that's the time I get ready to go to work. And how funny it is, this is how our circadian rhythm work. On weekend it is not like that because my body is used to waking up at 6 o'clock on a weekend. It's strange, isn't it? But that's how important, and that's how important it is to create a sleeping pattern, right? So that is my tip number 3, right? Tip number 4. You probably laugh when I tell you about tip number 4 because you will probably find me crazy. But yeah, tip number 4 is counting sheep. Yeah. I do count sheep. I find this method on Barbara O'Neill seminar where she was speaking about how your body react to stress and these things. Now during the days, and I don't know if it is me alone, but during the days, I've been thinking so much things. I've been thinking what's going on in my life. I've been thinking on, what's my future plans. I've been thinking on so much things, right? And in the night when I lay down on that bed to sleep, boom, I start thinking about everything when I think about in the day. Even things that happen at work, so that is how it works. Your mind is very powerful and that will cause you to stop falling or prevent you from falling asleep, right? And stress is also a big factor as well that cause you to not go to sleep. So I count sheep. So the method is I count from 1 to 50, and if I don't fall asleep, from 1 to 50, and then from 50 to 1. If I don't fall asleep by that, then I will count from 1 to 100 and from 100 to 1. And I'm telling you guys, 90% of the time, and I'm not exaggerating, I fall asleep before I reach from 50 to 1. I don't even know when I fall asleep. So I don't necessarily count to 100. But sometimes, occasionally, I do count to 100. So you can try it. Maybe it work, maybe it don't. What work for me don't necessarily will work for you, right? So try it, and see it work. Tip number 5 is drinking water. Now, drinking water before bedtime can disrupt your sleep, especially if you have weak bladder like me. So what I've done is my last drinking window for my water is 1:30. Occasionally, when I come home, I would probably drink some tea, right? Or a little tip of water to take my magnesium before I go to my bed. So studies have shown that people who drink water an hour or 2 before their bedtime, they have disruption in their sleep. So they will get up 2 to 3, 4 times at night to pee, right? And I find out when I stop drinking my water at half 2, I probably get up one time. Sometimes I do not get up any at all. So that can disrupt your sleep as well and prevent you from having a good night's sleep. So you may want to limit your water time window where you drink your water. And I have an extra tip for you. I would classify it as my bonus tip, right? Go to YouTube, type in sleeping meditation instrumental, and you will see loads come up. You can select from what instrumental you want to listen to. And trust me, it relaxes your mind, it calms your nerves. Sometimes they're on live as well, and that will help you to fall asleep. Playing relaxing music definitely is one of them. That's in my routine that I have planned, right? Guys, we have come to the ending of this video. If you think that you would try this method, please let me know in the comment section, and let me know a few weeks after, a few months after down the line, if it works for you. And if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, please consider to do so, because it will help my channel to grow. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and eat healthy. I'm out.